Breaking news on Nightside, a body found inside a burning home just outside Deer Park. A live look at the home in under a minute.
Clear skies for another sunny, warm day tomorrow, but enjoy it while it lasts. I'll tell you about the return of rain and possible snow in the first alert forecast.
Today, an Idaho judge ruled that Lori Vallow, also known as the Doomsday Mom, will not face the death penalty if she's convicted of the murder of her 2 children. But the same can't be said for her husband. You're watching 4 News Now Nightside. Thanks for staying up with us. I'm Aaron Luna. We start with breaking news tonight. This is a live look at a house that caught fire northeast of Deer Park. While firefighters worked to put out the flames, rescuers found a body inside. We're going to go now to video from that scene. A body right now. It's unknown how that person died, and the cause of the fire is still being investigated. This is video from about 30 minutes ago. The Spokane County Sheriff's Office says the fire started around 7 p.m. This home is outside Deer Park city limits on North Echo Road. Spokane County Fire is currently putting out hot spots, and the Spokane County Sheriff's Office is still on the scene and plans to be there overnight. Our Nightside reporter, Rania Kaur, is live there tonight gathering more information. And watch Good Morning Northwest starting at 5 a.m. for the latest on this story, and check for updates as they happen on KXLY.com. New on Nightside, it's one of Coeur d'Alene's busiest roads, and the Idaho Transportation Department says now is the time to plan changes to the I-90 15th Street interchange. IDT says around 12,000 cars use the interchange every day, and with growth in the area, that number will continue to rise. Tonight, people who live in that area had the chance to check out the proposed changes. It's part of a larger program to reduce crashes and save drivers time when using I-90 from the Washington border to Coeur d'Alene. One improvement would direct on and off ramps to traffic lights instead of stop signs.
Right now, most of the crashes at this interchange are related to the ramp intersections. And so that's one of the big safety benefits of this project, is making those ramps connect with 15th at safe, expected, traditional angles.
The Idaho Transportation Department says the changes need to be done by 2035. The project has yet to be funded. To find more information about the project or to weigh in on the designs, find this story on our website, KXLY.com. Well, we're going to have one more day of sunshine. Then we do have some big changes on the way. Let's send it over to Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker. She has your first alert weather forecast.
Yes, enjoy tomorrow because it will not stick around. That sunny, warm weather for Wednesday. Rain on the way for Thursday, and then a cooling trend that will actually kick off Thursday but continue through Friday, and that brings in the possibility of some light snow. Right now we are clear across the inland northwest with high pressure. We have a system to our south, but it is not going to make any moves in our direction. High temperatures today were above average. We were in the mid-50s in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, 59 in Grand Coulee and Omak. It was 54 in Sandpoint and Bonners Ferry. Temperatures right now are cooling down very quickly in Coeur d'Alene, Sandpoint and Bonners Ferry, Colville already in the 20s, but we're still 43 in Spokane. It's 43 also in Lewiston, 37 right now in Ritzville, right around the Spokane area, in the 40s at Fairchild Air Force Base and at the airport. But otherwise, we are slipping into the 30s around the region and expect temperatures around the entire region to be below freezing to start the day tomorrow. But then we've got a nice warm up on the way, a high temperature of 57 degrees with blue skies and sunshine. 50 is our average high. We're going to be back down around average and then slipping below. And we're bringing in the possibility of rain and snow in the forecast. I'll tell you all about it in just a few minutes. Aaron?
Chris, thank you. Gonzaga basketball is on the fast break to Houston. Our Julian Minenson is in Las Vegas with the latest. Julian.
Las Vegas might as well be Spokane South. Gonzaga is very comfortable playing in this city. The Bulldogs have won 4 straight WCC tournament championships here in Las Vegas, and they'll look to continue that success Thursday night in the NCAA tournament against UCLA. The Bulldogs have also made a habit in going to the Sweet 16. This is Gonzaga's 8th straight trip to the Sweet 16 round, which is the longest streak in the nation. The next highest active streak is Houston with 4 straight years. The guys tell us this special streak is a reflection of the special players that have come through this program.
All these dudes on this team are dogs, and we're going to battle to the very end, and it just shows. It's been like that in the program for the past 30 years. So
we always try and fill the holes we have from the year before. And get winners. That's the culture, and I mean it's a great feat. Even going to round of 32, whatever number that was impressive. And now Sweet 16, hopefully keep going.
Gonzaga and UCLA will tip off at 6:45 on Thursday night right here at T-Mobile Arena, and we'll have coverage right here on 4 News Now throughout the rest of the week in their fast break to Houston. In Las Vegas, Julian Minensone for News Now Sports.
Julian, thank you. New on Nightside, today an Idaho judge ruled that Lori Vallow, also known as the Doomsday Mom, will not face the death penalty if she's convicted of the murder of her 2 children. The reasons her attorney said she should not receive the death penalty include media saturation, discovery violations by prosecutors, and Vallow's mental status. Vallow's husband, Chad Daybell, also faces murder charges in the death of her 2 children, 7-year-old Joshua and 16-year-old Tylee Daybell. Daybell, who is being tried separately, could still face the death penalty if convicted. This news comes just 1 day after Idaho announced they have reintroduced a firing squad as a method of execution when lethal injection drugs are not available. Thousands of educators and union workers are on strike in Los Angeles. They're demanding the school district provide better wages and more staffing. The protest forcing the nation's 2nd largest school district to close, impacting more than 500,000 students. Mediation talks between the union and the school district were called off yesterday afternoon. Union reps said the district broke a confidentiality agreement. This after a year of failed wage negotiations. The union wants a 30% raise. It says right now the average district support staffer earns $25,000 a year.
I'm the one of the people that working $25,000 a year trying to make it, and it's really hard. I live check to check.
The superintendent for Los Angeles Unified School District accused the union of refusing to negotiate.
We're never able to be in the same room or at the same table to address these issues.
The 3-day strike forcing the nation's 2nd largest school district to close, leaving more than 500,000 students and their families in limbo.
It's a shuffle, yeah. It becomes kind of juggling, and that's why at the last minute or just the shorter notice, I think this time is harder.
This strike will likely last for 2 more days. The superintendent says he is ready to negotiate, but the union says they won't settle and is highly possible an open-ended strike coming down the line. New on Nightside, the letter grading system in Michigan could soon be obsolete. Some critics are giving the new proposed system an F. It's called the Michigan Accountability Index, and school superintendent Mandy Stewart is one of many administrators in Michigan who think it would be a better indicator of how students are doing.
Because it's reducing all the work that educators do to support students down to a single letter.
Some parents are struggling to understand how the new system would work.
It's very complicated. So like I said, me as a mom going through there, I understand if my school is an A, a B, or a C, a D, an F.
Under the new school system, the schools themselves would be evaluated using 7 factors, including student growth, student proficiency, student success, and graduation rates. Spokane schools could be getting $1 million settlement with the vaping company Juul. It joined hundreds of school districts nationwide in a suit against Juul, accusing the company of targeting kids with their products. A 2019 report found that 25% of Spokane 10th graders had tried vaping, which was above the state average at the time. The school board agenda says initial estimates are that SPS will receive approximately $1 million as a result of this settlement, if the school board votes to approve the settlement tomorrow. Hard rock music could help your surgeon perform better in the operating room.
Bedtime is for children.
I'm so sorry.
You know, maybe you should produce a movie of it. It could be a sad movie, but
about
it also...
adults who never went to prom?
About me specifically.
Oh.
Yeah.
4 News Now on your time with Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
4 News Now is brought to you by Panhandle Carpet One, Coeur d'Alene.
This is how legends are made.
Chevy Silverado and new Silverado HD. Choose your own path with the #1 best-selling retail full-size pickup and see where it takes you. Find new roads. It's Chevy truck season. Get 0% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all Silverado 1500 pickups or get $2,750 total cash allowance on this Silverado with a turbo high output engine. See your hometown Chevy dealer today.
The doctor will see you now. But do they really? Do they see all that you are? At Kaiser Permanente, all of us work together to care for all that is you. Kaiser Permanente.
Donating your vehicle to UGM Motors is easy.
When you drop off a vehicle, you have to sign a paper of, I donated this vehicle. And that was the hardest part. And I didn't have to fill it out. They filled it out for me and had me sign it.
Your car, truck, RV, or motorcycle will provide food, shelter, job training, and recovery services at Union Gospel Mission.
I think it's a great service to the community.
Call 509-327-HELP to schedule a free pickup today.
Hi, I'm Chris with Clark's Tire and Automotive. Right now is the best time to get your vehicle in to get it checked over. Come on in for a free winter inspection. We're going to check your brakes, shocks, struts, tires, air filter, wiper blades, and your heating and cooling system to make sure you're winter ready. If you can't make it into one of our shops, give us a call. We now have a mobile service. We offer a 2-year, 24,000-mile parts and labor warranty. We support our local law enforcement, our schools, our nurses and doctors, and we're here to support you. Come and try us out. We are a friendly neighborhood service repair center.
New tonight. Well, it was supposed to be a very bigly day today, but the day came and went, and Trump remains extra, extra large.
With Julie Bowen, music from Depeche Mode, and
a new edition of Breaking the News, Rats!
Jimmy Kimmel Live, new tonight on ABC.
4 News Now is brought to you by Foothills Mazda.
Thanks for staying up with Nightside. It can happen in an instant. A child eats something they shouldn't and is accidentally poisoned. It's a leading cause of unintentional death in the U.S. Every year, millions of people call the poison control centers following accidental poisoning, many of them happening in young children.
Most commonly, we see children who happen to get into cleaning products, cosmetics, and then medications.
Doctors say more children are getting into edibles, which look like candy but contain marijuana. To protect children, store edibles and medications up and away from their reach. Securely store all cleaning products and check your smoke and carbon monoxide detectors often to make sure they're working. The CDC is sounding the alarm about the growing threat of a deadly fungus called Candida auris. The agency says cases went from 53 in 2016 to almost 1,500 in 2021. Researchers say, though the cases were initially clustered in New York and Chicago, they are now being reported in more than half of U.S. states. It's more likely to affect people who have serious medical problems, weakened immune systems, and people with medical devices going into their bodies, like breathing tubes or catheters. It can be carried on people's skin without causing symptoms. Researchers say the pandemic may have also exacerbated the spread.
Clear skies tonight, an overnight low of 30 degrees. Maybe a chilly start, but we're warming up to a high of 57. Sunshine, a little bit of a breeze picking up in the afternoon, wind gusts up to 20 miles per hour. Here's a look at our forecast. We're zoomed way out because there's nothing to show over Washington right now with the clear conditions. A system to our south is part of a larger atmospheric river impacting California. It will try to make its way a little bit further to the north, but is not going to have any luck. We stay clear for Wednesday, but it is Thursday. A cold front approaches. Some showers showing up by around noon, and then more wet weather and cold weather coming behind the front. We're dropping back down to below average temperatures. Here's a closer look starting off at Wednesday, 11 o'clock. We're going to keep with the clear skies for most of the night and then start to see those clouds moving in Thursday morning. Here's 8 a.m. Thursday. Then as we get into the afternoon, because of the timing, it should be rain during the day on Thursday that we are dealing with, maybe some mountain snow. Thursday at 5 o'clock, wouldn't rule out an isolated mountain thunderstorm. Then as we get into Thursday night, we'll start to see even the lower elevations transitioning over to some snow. Right now, it looks like accumulation will be very, very light, if anything, but we're going to be tracking this system and keep you updated as it approaches, especially in regards to your Friday morning commute. Tomorrow morning's commute, you'll need your sunglasses. It is going to be cool, but it is going to be brilliantly sunny, and that's going to continue into a nice warm afternoon. That'll be our last day with above average temperatures. 50 on Thursday with the rain. Breezy conditions Thursday and Friday. Mainly, we're going to be seeing that precipitation for the first part of the day Friday, and then a little bit of a break. Another slight chance of snow Saturday morning, and then it looks like most of the weekend will be dry but cooler with highs in the mid-40s. I'll be back in just a minute with an update on our snowpack. Aaron.
Sounds good. Thanks, Chris. A judge has said there is compelling preliminary evidence that former President Donald Trump might have broken the law by knowingly misleading his own lawyers when they filed sworn statements. If there is an indictment, it could come any day now, even as early as tomorrow. Jonathan Carl reports.
As the NYPD puts up barricades around a Manhattan courthouse with Donald Trump on the verge of possibly becoming the first American president to be indicted, tonight ABC News has learned of a significant new development in one of the federal investigations he faces. Sources tell ABC News a federal judge has ruled that the special counsel investigating Trump's handling of classified documents has presented compelling preliminary evidence that Trump broke the law. Judge Beryl Howell's order is sealed, but the sources who described its contents to ABC News say she wrote that special counsel Jack Smith has made, quote, a prima facie showing that the former president had committed criminal violations by knowingly misleading his attorneys so that they would file a sworn statement that he knew was false. That sworn statement came in June when Trump's lawyers certified that a diligent search of his Mar-a-Lago estate determined he had turned over all the classified documents in his possession. The special counsel convinced the judge the evidence was strong that the lawyers filed that statement because Trump had misled them. 2 months later, when FBI agents searched the premises, prosecutors say they found more than 100 additional classified documents, including some in Trump's office desk.
The shameful raid and break-in of my home, Mar-a-Lago, was a travesty of justice.
Sources tell ABC News the judge ordered Trump lawyer Evan Corcoran to hand over a number of records, including handwritten notes, invoices, and transcriptions of audio recordings related to what she called Trump's alleged criminal scheme. The judge's order doesn't mean Trump is guilty or that he will be charged in that case, but rather that prosecutors have made a case that they have preliminary evidence he may have committed a crime. All of this comes amid anticipation Trump will be indicted in that entirely different case brought by Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg. That case involves hush money payments made to porn star Stormy Daniels in the days before the 2016 election. A grand jury could hand up charges as early as tomorrow. The former president has called for his supporters to protest.
New video showing the death of a man at a state psychiatric hospital at the hands of police and hospital workers. Next on Nightside.
Later tonight on Nightline, inside the heated debate over the origins of COVID and the race to find the truth. Plus, my interview with actor-director Zach Braff on grief, hope, and his new film, A Good Person.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
When you pull up in a brand new $85,000 GMC Sierra Denali, neighbors are going to notice, especially Gary. Don't make this weird, Gary. It's the Spring Into a Sierra giveaway at Northern Quest. Now through March 30th, play daily with your Cameras Rewards card, and you could have a brand new, fully loaded GMC Sierra in your driveway come spring. Details at northernquest.com.
Our therapy doesn't fly solo. For every child, there is a compassionate team committed to excellent care and comprehensive pediatric therapy. Joya, every child is limitless.
Partridge Community Day event is on Friday, March 24th. For only $20, you can purchase a day skiing pass. All the proceeds go to Community Cancer Services. CCS provides support for people in our community who are afflicted with cancer, and it's had an incredible impact on my life.
At Washington Trust Bank, can't is a 4-letter word.
I think we should hire more people.
Doc, I'm late for a meeting. I'm thinking of starting my own practice.
do it. Too much capital.
We need a warehouse.
I can't imagine how we do that.
We should knock that wall down and expand.
Do it. There's always another wall beyond the wall.
We believe you can do whatever you set your mind to, and we'll help you get there. Washington Trust Bank, privately owned, locally invested.
The Tire Store for auto repairs, tires, and wheels. At the Tire Store, they'll let you split up your repair bill over a couple months. Get your car fixed today. ASC certified, and you can start an account with no credit check.
Tire Store.
4 News Now is brought to you by Pape Machinery.
Thanks for staying up with us. A new study shows bees are capable of not only problem solving, but teaching each other the same skill. Watch these bumblebees solve a puzzle by watching other bumblebees solve a puzzle. Researchers designed a 2-option puzzle box with a red tab that opened clockwise and a blue tab counterclockwise. Demonstrator bees from 2 different colonies were trained to use either tab to reach a sugary prize inside, while a group of observer bees watched them. When it was their turn, most observer bees chose the same tab option, showing that bees are capable of social learning.
Well, the snow is melting fast down in the valleys. I still have a few spots in my yard. You may as well. But here is snow cover, a satellite-derived image of the snow around the region. And you can see there is still a lot of snow in the mountains, and that is what we would expect. Our snowpack typically peaks toward the end of March. Varies, but that is when the most important measurements are taken. And here's where we are in the various river basins for our snowpack, an important measure of precipitation in the mountains that we use to get us through our long, dry summers for recreation, for irrigation, as well as hydropower. And we're close to 100% in Lower Pend Oreille. Spokane River, 94% of average. Coeur d'Alene, 92% of average. So we are running just a little below average, but nothing to worry about. What this does decrease is our risk of some springtime flooding, assuming that we have a nice gradual warm up. Lower Snake is at 110, one of the few spots in the region running above average. Meanwhile, we're not going to be melting as much over the next few days. While it will be 57 tomorrow, we take a big dip to below average temperatures Friday through Sunday, and the long range forecast for the 27th through the end of the month, the end of that snowpack building season, is for below average temperatures, but precipitation on the low side. Haven't seen a lot of that recently. Pretty pick of the night tonight from Dora Z. Davis. She took this image along the Spokane River of some pretty willows doing their spring thing, looking as bright as the springtime sunshine. Aaron?
It's a great picture. Thank you, Chris.
You're welcome.
Actress Gwyneth Paltrow appeared in court today in a lawsuit filed by a 76-year-old man who says she violently crashed into him in 2016 while skiing, causing serious injuries, then got up and skied away.
Mr. Sanderson's rib cage and his arm to smash into the ground, breaking 4 of his ribs, 2 of them completely. Sanderson's helmeted head hits the ground, causing a concussion as his brain strikes the inside of his skull.
Sanderson is suing Paltrow for $300,000, down from $3.1 million he originally sought. Paltrow is countersuing, alleging that Sanderson actually caused the collision and is trying to exploit her celebrity status. She is seeking attorney fees and $1 in damages. New on Nightside.
Oh my God, it's so loud.
Heavy metal healthcare, that's the idea behind a new rock and roll album written specifically to encourage surgeons to jam out in the OR. Started with a 2022 study from Germany that showed loud rock music, AC/DC hits to be specific, played during certain surgical procedures, led to significant improvements in surgical students' efficiencies. Now, NextMed Health and Click Health have created a new AC/DC-inspired album called Highway to Heal, with medical lyrics aimed at inspiring and celebrating life-saving medical professionals. New on Nightside, 3D printing machines have been able to make a lot of things: furniture, shoes, even a rocket. But can they create and bake a dessert? Engineers at Columbia University used a 3D printing machine and laser technology to whip up a 7-ingredient vegan cheesecake. Researchers say the experiment was a step towards making it practical to use 3D printing in mechanically assembled food. One of the co-authors of the study says it's a lot like using an oven or microwave.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
4 News Now is brought to you by Becker Buick.
Good morning, everyone. I'm thrilled to welcome you to Grace Sloan. I'm Dr. Addison Montgomery, who's ready to get to work. We have picketers. A lot. Oh my God!
Everybody down. Grace Sloan is on a hospital-wide lockdown.
Fully loaded, fully electric. The Audi Q4 e-tron. Get exceptional offers at your local Audi dealer.
I'm Mark Peterson, the Extreme Team and Horizon Credit Union, ready to take on the next task. If you know of a project that needs an Extreme Team makeover, go to KXOY.com to nominate it. 4 News Now Extreme Team brought to you by Horizon Credit Union.
Some people say the metaverse will only be virtual. But firefighters entering a burning house will one day save time when lives are on the line. Visualizing a patient's most recent scan will help speed up decision-making in the ER. And while the woolly mammoth is still extinct, that doesn't mean students can't take field trips to visit them. The metaverse may be virtual, but the impact will be real.
The Zags continue their fast break to Houston. Next up, Las Vegas.
The 4 News Now sports team, Julian Minensone and Alex Crescenti, are right there with them. They have a front row seat as the team gets ready to take on UCLA.
That's tomorrow on Good Morning Northwest.
No way these weekend warriors are going to climb that hill. Don't judge them by their zip code. Judge them by their Quattro. Get exceptional offers at your local Audi dealer.
New on Nightside. Don't worry, I'm fine. That's the message Shaquille O'Neal is sending his fans after many of them were worried when they saw on social media that he was in the hospital. The NBA legend took to Instagram Monday, thanking everyone for their concern while assuring them he's okay, joking that he had to get a Brazilian butt lift, also known as a hip replacement. Gonzaga basketball is on the fast break to Houston. Our Alex Crescenti is in Las Vegas with the latest.
After surviving their second-round matchup against TCU, the Cardiac Zags find themselves in the Sweet 16 for the 8th straight tournament. That's the 3rd longest streak in Division I history. And a big reason for that is the play of the seniors on the team. Of course, we know about Drew Timme and Rasir Bolton, but Anton Watson is quietly having himself a breakout tournament. In the first 2 rounds, he's been huge for the Bulldogs, averaging a double-double and came up with 5 steals and 2 blocks as well. Now the kid from Gonzaga Prep is just 2 wins away from his second Final Four.
It definitely does. Got a lot of fans, friends, and family hit me up, and, it feels really good right now. I'm going to celebrate with my teammates and my family, but, we still got more to go, and, we got a big game coming up. We put so much energy into the game, so much hard work, and, to get a win like that, it really, you can't get this feeling anywhere else. So, I'm just proud of my teammates, proud we got the dub, and, I'm excited for what's next.
Now, in the 2021 Final Four, Anton only played 10 minutes, getting 2 points, but it's safe to say he's going to get a lot more playing time on Thursday night. And we'll hear from Watson and the rest of the team for the first time here in Vegas when they arrive at T-Mobile Arena for a shoot-around on Wednesday afternoon. Reporting tonight from Las Vegas, Nevada, I'm Alex Crescenti, 4 News Now Sports.
New video has been released showing officers and hospital workers dragging a man at a state psychiatric hospital into the admissions room, shackled and handcuffed, and holding him down. Those 7 sheriff's deputies and 3 hospital workers are charged with murder. Pierre Thomas reports, and we want to warn you, the video is disturbing.
Tonight, for the first time, we see on hospital surveillance video the sequence of events that led to the death of Ivo Otieno. The 28-year-old Otieno is brought into a room, shirtless, handcuffed, and wearing leg irons. Soon the room steadily fills with deputies from the Henrico Sheriff's Department. It's unclear why the situation escalates, but for 12 minutes, the prosecutor claims, those 7 deputies and at least 3 members of the Virginia Central State Hospital psychiatric staff pushed down on Otieno. Prosecutors say Otieno could not breathe and was smothered to death. His mother today demanding justice.
They are monsters. They are animals. What they did to my son was awful.
Authorities suggesting a cover-up, noting that it took 3.5 hours to call the Virginia State Police to investigate. And prosecutors say there was also a significant period of time between when Otieno died and when someone called 911. Tonight, listen to a portion of that 911 call.
911, where's your emergency?
Ma'am, our emergency is here at Central State Hospital. 20 minutes ago. Yes.
But this apparently was not cardiac arrest and instead asphyxiation. Prosecutor says regardless, the 911 call was too late. All 10 suspects were formally indicted today on charges of second-degree murder, and we're now getting a sense of the defense for some. One of the attorneys saying today that his client did nothing to stop that young man from breathing, only holding his legs. Still so many unanswered questions in this tragic story. Pierre Thomas, ABC News, Washington.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app. At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
If your checking account isn't earning you money, it's time to switch to bonus checking from Numerica. The account that earns an incredible 2% annual percentage yield. That could earn you up to $500 every year or more.
Drive it home with the Northwest Motorsport Rig. Our great lineup of lenders are offering special APRs all month long. Enter to win daily prizes at nwmsrocks.com/win. Score big with trucks, and more trucks at Northwest Motorsport.
I had a lot of bad days with gout, but that one took the wedding cake. Even with medicine, my uric acid was still too high to stop painful gout buildup. Then a gout specialist told me about Cristexa.
Cristexa is a prescription medicine for adults with gout whose symptoms are not controlled by other gout medicines.
I learned Cristexa quickly starts working to break down gout buildup.
Cristexa is an infused medicine. Serious life-threatening allergic reactions can occur while taking Cristexa. Tell your doctor right away if you have symptoms such as shortness of breath, trouble breathing, dizziness, itching, or swelling of the throat or tongue. Cristexa is not recommended if you have high levels of uric acid without a history of gout. Do not take Cristexa if you have a rare disorder called G6PD deficiency or favism. Before receiving Cristexa, tell your doctor if you have a history of heart problems and all the medicines you take. Cristexa may cause gout flare-ups, allergic reactions, nausea, bruising, sore throat, constipation, chest pain, and vomiting.
I received Cristexa for about 6 months. Now I'm in control, not gout.
Find a doctor who specializes in gout at goutdocnow.com.
You didn't choose cat allergies, your hairline, or that thing when your knee just gives out for no reason. But you can choose your doctor who will care for all the things you didn't choose. Kaiser Permanente, for all that is you.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.
Wednesday, blue skies, sunshine, a high of 57 degrees. Cool start to the day, down below freezing, but it'll warm up fast.
Well, 31 in the morning on a 57 days feels a lot different.
Yes, it certainly
31
does.
on a
33 degree day.
33 to keep. Yeah, totally different. All right. Well, new on Nightside, Jack Daniels has a date with the U.S. Supreme Court tomorrow. Lawyers for the whiskey maker will argue a dog toy company violated federal trademark law with a product that parodies the distiller's bottle. The Bad Spaniel's Silly Squeaker toy includes dog poop references. Jack Daniels argues the toy, especially the reference to dog poop, damages its reputation. A district court ruled in favor of Jack Daniels, but an appeals court later sided with the dog toy company. Depending on how they rule, the Supreme Court justices could end up stripping away some trademark protections. And speaking of dogs, got a little dog video here. That's a cute little dog.
Oh gosh, that's a cute dog. I know that dog.
That's Kirsten O'Connor's dog.
And he is at the Luna Day Spa and Resort.
More like week spa. Yeah, he wanted me to throw the ball, but he just didn't want to give it back to me once he was done.
He wants you to chase him.
Yeah, that's, you know what?
We do that at my house.
He's also fond of sticks. He likes running around with a stick in his mouth, and I found out he likes to serenade the neighbors for about half an hour after I leave for work. I hope they enjoy it.